Folks, I have to get on California Governor Jerry Brown, who I worked for back between 1999 and 2001 when I was trying to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland, regarding his policies as California governor. And I supported him as governor of California twice, but he basically has wrecked California's ability to provide an economy for blacks and Latinos, and his policies have in particular chased blacks out of California. I'm not referring just to the population decline in a city like San Francisco, but Oakland and other cities throughout California. And one reason for this was Jerry Brown's attack on California redevelopment law. While the law certainly was abused by some municipalities, throwing the, if you will, baby out with the bathwater was not the solution. Governor Brown's assertion was that by doing this, the state would save $1 billion in their relentless effort to basically get the budget down and relieve us of our constant and seemingly chronic deficit problems. It was found, after all was said and done, after redevelopment was gotten rid of, that action wasn't needed. We could have saved the $1 billion anyway. But what Governor Brown got rid of was the state's best mechanism to assure the construction of affordable housing. Many organizations, like Bridge, for example, became very successful in forming development plans using redevelopment tax increment financing to build affordable housing around the state of California, and particularly in the Bay Area, including Oakland. That's wrecked. And now Oakland is suffering from moves to build market rate housing without the affordable housing component. The California redevelopment law called for a 20% affordable housing set aside that every city and county was to adhere to, or penalties could have been, in some cases were, in other cases should have been exacted. That's gone. The governor threw all of that out, completely trashed it. And so if you can't find affordable housing, and at the same time good, well-paying jobs have gone overseas or have been basically put out of existence by automation, and because of discrimination, you don't get the education you need or the on-the-job training that you should have, or you don't get the access, the keys to investment to start your own businesses, or if you get the money, you're undercapitalized. If you go through all of that and you're African American, what are you going to do? You're going to go where the pastures are, if you will, greener. That's not California. But Governor Brown's myopia has not impacted just the African American community, although it has most severely. It has also impacted, for example, the motion picture industry. It took Governor Brown a full 7 years to finally get it. Well, okay, 6 years, let's be generous, to finally get it. The state actually needed a healthy, powerful subsidy program to combat all the other states, and I might add countries, that have been siphoning off California's movie production activity, like Canada, for example, to the north, or domestically, Georgia and Virginia, just to name two of many examples, including the state of Illinois. Governor Brown is a conservative in progressive clothing. And you say, why isn't he called on this more often? Because there are so many people who are just enamored with him as this intellectual that they give him a pass all the time. For example, with respect to keeping sports teams in Oakland, some say, oh, well, Jerry Brown's just not into sports. That has nothing to do with running a municipality. It has nothing to do with maintaining amenities as like sports games for people to go to make, life in cities fun. And that's what Oakland has had for many, many decades. But while they're saying this, Governor Brown turns around and fast-tracks the environmental process for Joe Lacob and Peter Guber to build their stadium and basically take the Warriors out of Oakland. It's like Jerry hates Oakland. At least he hates any vestige of the Oakland that existed before he came here. Remember when he said he wanted to get rid of the black political machine, for example?